Excuse me. All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join me this morning. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the YouTube channel. Bottom right-hand corner of your screen, click on that white logo. Turn on notifications, subscribe to our channel. Really do appreciate it as always. Let's get started. So I'm just getting my notepad out because there's a lot of things we got to cover. Obviously, the Friday, no one really gets onto the video, so I didn't do a video, but then we tanked like 900 points. So I put a little note on Instagram so you guys see exactly what I was kind of seeing, what I was talking about. Let's go ahead and go over a couple of meaningful levels. I did post some charts on Twitter and Instagram yesterday. I hope you guys took a look at that. I feel like sometimes I'm like your teacher. Hey, did you take a look at the packet I sent you? Stuff like that. Really funny. I just remember college is all. All right, let's get to it. The Dow futures are actually green, 28. Really choppy overnight futures. NASDAQ down 0.30. S&P futures down 0.15%. Russell 2000 futures down 0.21%. Crude oil is tanking 3.63%. It's all about the lockdowns in China. Gasoline futures are down 2%, $3.37 a gallon. Gold, how about that? Nowhere to hide here. Even gold is down 2.65%, 1861. 22.48 for silver, down 2.6. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Euro dollar down 31 pips, 105.15. Dollar again, 130.10. Bitcoin futures are up 38,555. Ethereum futures are up as well, 27.91. What are the levels we're looking for? 40,000 for Bitcoin, 3,000 for Ethereum. That's kind of like your first bar. Look at yields creeping up to 3%. Now at 2.959. The dollar index is up 0.52%, 103.49. How important is the dollar? How many times have we talked about that? The most important charts that I watch every day. You know, it's the VIX, it's the 10-year, it's the dollar, it's S&P futures. Pretty much the main four. And NASDAQ once in a while. And the VIX is up 3.17%. Let's take a look at SPX together. This is the chart I posted. And I want you guys to take a look. We're going to go to a 2-year chart, and you can see why I marked this here. There is a gap to fill on SPX. Now, we talked about gaps many times before. If you guys are a part of the Twitter follower family, you guys know I talk about gaps all the time in VIX and SPX, mostly any stock that I'm watching. So again, what's that level? 40.19. That's really your target, guys. You're going to stay short basically here. So you can say here, what level is that on SPY, you say? 401.01. I would say if you break below 410, we're at 411 now. 410.54 is your invasion low. That's the level you're looking for. If that does break, you got all the way to 401, and you can just start hitting them. I am short IWM with unusual options activity. There was 10,000. There was 100K, 85,000. Excuse me, 85,000 involved for 2 put contracts for I believe May 20th. So I filled those a couple of days ago. The premiums got a little wonky, broke my invalidation levels, but I knew we were going to continue to go down. And if you're part of the investment club, I've been talking about that 4,000 level. 4,000 S&P, guys. That gets you to 17 times forward multiple. Again, that's near the historic average. It checks the box for the round number theory. Does that mean we're going to stop exactly at 4,000 and bounce? Keep in mind, guys, support is not a wooden board. It's not concrete. Remember, it's kind of like a mattress. You can still sink into it, so you get a little less. But I think I'm closer to seeing 4,000. More likely you're gonna fill this gap. I think that's pretty much set in stone. But really, the next level down, if you're taking a look at the SPX, if you're looking at some really key levels, you're looking at here at 33.93. I don't think we get there. I think we'll fill that gap to 4,000. We'll pop a little bit. I think at worst we'll get to around 39.41 or so, which is SPX, S&P 500. Keep in mind the futures number will be a little less. If you're watching at home and playing SPY a lot, that level is pretty much right around 394. So again, I can't say right off the rip, go ahead and buy puts. No, wait for the market to show you what's up. So again, if we take a look at the hourly chart on SPY, you can start getting back up to 415 in a heartbeat. And if you start buying put options right at the open, depending on expiry, you're going to get eaten up. Keep in mind, IVs are high. It's a Fed week. So puts are going to be extremely expensive. So again, not against puts. Again, watching everything as we go. 410.45, 410.54 is my level. But again, don't be surprised that if you get a bounce here to 415. Again, we have red day. We had a gap up. Then we filled that gap on S&P futures. We came back down. And you can see, again, that support there right around 410.54 is holding. But it's like a mattress. So again, you can sink into it. You can break down too. So again, 415 is actually my target for any kind of pop. Where would I say that would be? Right around 413.15, maybe. I would say 413.20 to be 413.25 to be safe. I would start looking at some quick scalp calls to 415 and get the hell out. Keep in mind the options pricing. The Fed is on Wednesday, FOMC rate hike. We expect 50 basis points. We also have non-farm payroll on Friday. We have ISM manufacturing today at 10 a.m. So again, we do have some news coming in. I still have some RTY puts going, but other than that, I would not put any money to work just yet in terms of buying stock. I think that 4,000 gap fill hits. Again, once you start getting there, then I want to deploy some capital. But right now, it's really a trader's market. So again, the market is really just preceding the falls, the flushes with more weakness. So again, nothing has really changed in that aspect. Earnings were solid. Again, okay, it depends what you're looking for. Microsoft had a great quarter. Apple had a great quarter. I'm talking about the mega caps. Tesla had a great quarter. Uh, Obviously, Amazon did not. Obviously, Netflix did not. Facebook had an okay quarter, I guess. I don't even think it was that great of a quarter. I thought Google was okay. It was a good one. I liked what I saw as an investor, but YouTube was a little decelerated. Roku had a decent quarter. So again, it's really mixed bag. Was there anything spectacular? The market will reward you, but you have to beat those estimates, and you got to beat them high. And you better use that excess liquidity to reward shareholders. ExxonMobil, again, they're spending more on shareholder buybacks and dividends than they are on capex. So they're not exactly drilling for more oil. They got a windfall of money, obviously, to higher crude prices. But keep in mind, guys, ExxonMobil and Chevron were struggle bus for about 3 years before 2022. So again, ExxonMobil is nice. Don't get me wrong. Energy is nice. I think we kind of fall back a little bit, kind of move sideways. But again, looking at VIX, now we're going to pivot to VIX, what I always watch. 3770 is your resistance on the daily. So keep in mind on VIX, that'll get you to possibly 40.50 or so. If you break to 38.94, 4,000, you're in. Don't be surprised too. Fed day on Wednesday. If they announce whatever they announce, which is 50 or 75 or 100 basis points, more likely 50, don't be surprised the market rallies. The market really likes to screw people over, especially if they're on one side of the boat. All right, let's answer some questions. John says, thoughts on Apple for this week? Okay, so Apple moves very, very, very closely with SPY. So we can see that we do have a little more to downside here. So 150, we're trading at 157. So we're below this support here. I would say right around 155.29 is the most recent lows. If that breaks, I'm looking for those 150 puts. William asks if I'm looking for puts this week. Yes, I am. William says, good morning, by the way. Good morning. Any particular earnings you'll be looking at? AMD, because I own shares. That'd be the one I'll be watching for the most. Right now, today, I have to kind of play it as a trader who does this every day. It's a new market every day. So it's almost very difficult to what to expect. So I kind of go by chart by chart by chart in terms of what am I looking for in terms of earnings. Obviously, AMD is something I'm interested in, but if the market's going to go to 4,000, I think it's kind of negated at this point. If they have an excellent quarter, they'll be rewarded. If they even have a so-so quarter, they're going to get hit. So I don't expect much from AMD in terms of great price action. I don't think it's going to soar like Microsoft. I think it'll probably bounce maybe 1% and kind of stay stagnant, maybe down 1% or so. It's going to be a nothing burger in terms of earnings, in my opinion. What is your plan till summer? Are you expecting market up or down? Your opinion, oil companies this summer. I don't like oil here. I would not be a buyer of oil just yet. I think we're going to get back a little bit. We'll probably get around the 90s. So no, not yet. And in terms of the summer, it's just trading the market every single day like it's a different market, because that's basically what it is. The most important thing I want to see is 4,000 S&P. Once we get there, then we could start doing building a shopping list of things I want to do. And again, one big one is Google. I really want to buy more Google. That's one stock that I kind of am hurting that I didn't buy more of. Now I do own shares now, but I really want to put a really decent position. And the other one is Palantir. I really like Palantir a lot. Big tech, it is not safe now. No, I don't think it's safe yet. 4,000 S&P, 4,000 S&P. Nasdaq is actually faring worse. So let's see if there is a gap to fill on Nasdaq. There is not. Let's take a look here. This is the daily chart. Nah, there's a small gap. Oh no, that's actually filled. Yeah, there is a gap right around 276.79 on QQQ. So that's not good. Does that fill is another question. But this is a daily chart in the last 2 years. That could definitely fill, guys, which is right at 276.79. That'd be a lot worse. That would basically, Qs would have to basically roll over, and then we would be at SPY maybe 3,800. And that's as bad as it gets. I would say that's the lowest you're going to get. If you can get that, terrific. And I would definitely buy more. So for example, TQQ, Conrad's asking, I have TQQ. So I'm holding on to that for now. And why do I say that? S&P 500. So again, I could always take it. If we get a pop today, a nice rally, I may just take it and then wait to get in at 4,000 SPX. I think that'll probably be the better move. So you can see TQQ here. I was up 32% on the actual position too, but I didn't close. I just held on to it. Really, your support here is around 35.17. So that's a level I'm looking at. There is a gap to fill right around 31.69. So again, if you do own TQQ, keep in mind you're moving increments 3x. So again, if this fills, which definitely could be, it could fill. And if we get there, let's say you bought here at 31.57, depending you bought, 10 shares or what have you. If you lose another $10, you only lost $100. So again, the good news about this as a swing, as kind of a swing investment, if you want to call it, there really isn't any time constraint. You hold it as long as you want to. Obviously, you have your support. So 35.17, I think that'll break, obviously, since we'll get to S&P futures 4,000. Now, after we get there, I'll start making decisions. If we get a nice pop, let's say we fill this upward gap here to 51.61, which is definitely a possibility. There's one right there, and there's one right here. So there's multiple gaps to fill. If we can start filling this gap to 56.88, then I'll probably take profits there and scale in, maybe take half off. But that's where I'm at. In terms of Palantir, I'm looking at sub 10 for Palantir. I really like the company a lot. So again, you could see $8.90 was basically, I think, the IPO number maybe. But I like what they're doing, and I want to definitely invest in them. That's kind of like my Tesla. And definitely want to add a little more to that one. All right, guys, we'll go and leave it there. Have a great rest of your morning. We'll catch you guys later on for the afternoon note. Discord members, we'll catch you here in a bit. You have your weekly video up. You have your watch list ready to go. And we'll see you on the chat. Cheers, guys. See you guys later.